What is up, everybody? It's Reverse TV today, and we have to talk about Final Fantasy 16 and apparently how it is making PS5 consoles overheat. I mean, it's kind of ironic because the main character is one of the person he turns into is Ifrit, the fire spirit or whatever, and it's making the consoles overheat. I just found that a little bit ironic, but apparently this game is overheating PS5s, which is pretty wild. This is because the director Yoshi P said this game was made specifically on the PS5 because he said it'd be better optimized with just being on one platform. But it seems like it has a lot of issues with the wonky performance mode being reducing down to 720p at some moments, while it's not keeping a steady 60 frames per second. This game has overheating issues, and this we have a few examples of this being shown on the internet, just the cases of people actually recording it and showing you what happened here. Like, for example, those guys playing a game during a cutscene, and apparently it just cuts off. Apparently, let's see, yeah, the whole system just cut off. That is wild, and this is his PS5. So he's making an announcement to the PlayStation. Please fix Final Fantasy 16 overheat issue. A small cutscene never should overheat a PS5. The console is clean and on a well-ventilated place. It only happens in your game, and most important, my PS5 is not full of dust. Yeah, because we saw one instance of this game being reported there was a heating issue, but now since more people got in the game, it's like people were saying, hey, we're playing this game is overheating our PS5. So I'm kind of glad I didn't buy this game immediately because I don't want this game to be the Russian roulette of video games, which is kind of taking out people's PS5s at this point. Like this overheating issue, people who have perfectly working PS5s and it's just making our PS5 overheat with this game. So it's kind of definitely some bizarre stuff going on with this. This guy says, please fix the overheat issue while playing the game. I cleaned the PS5, was never dirty. Actually. It was properly vented. There are 2 fans in my room, and still it happened to the demo, and I was hoping the day 1 patch would fix it, but no, please help. And this is the error message that pops up. Your PS5 is too hot. Turn off your PS5 and wait until the temperature goes down. As you can see, it's like in a well-ventilated area. It's not like in some type of compact little space. And it still gets this message. So another one, this guy made a funny video about this, but this woman's playing the cutscene, playing the game, and she's shocked. It says the PS5 was too hot. Turn off your PS5 and wait until the temperature goes down. That is wild. While she was streaming the game too. This guy, like I said, this guy's making a joke about it, saying Final Fantasy is using the full capabilities of the PS5 and it just overheats. So this is pretty wild, especially when you look at these really positive review scores. Out of 109 critics, they gave it 88 score, 8-point user score at this point. People aren't talking about this. Not enough people are talking about this. Like, you mean to tell me none of these developers, none of these reviewers played this game and have the overheating issue? Really? So kind of got a side out of this 88 score when it's got this big major issue out there. It was like you're playing Russian roulette with your PS5 at this point with this game, and nobody's talking about it really. So it's just wild to me how this game can have this type of issue like this where the console's overheating. I haven't seen anything like this. I haven't seen anything like this back in like the 360 generation. The 360 had the ring of death type of thing. So 2023, we're having the same issues where games are overheating. This is wild. And once again, they can't blame it on the Xbox Series S. This is all PS5. And the PS5 was tapping out saying, I can't handle this game. It's overheating. This is just wild stuff right here. So this person says, doing my review copy, mine did overheat, but since release, I haven't had one overheat yet. Had a few frame rate drops in quality mode, but so far the game is pretty smooth. It's like, do you really want to spend $70 on this to be like the test dummy? Like I said, it's Russian roulette. What if your PS5 was the one that just says, hey, my PS5 can't handle it. It can't handle this game. It just overheats. So I don't know. This is a wild issue right here. Like I'm just gonna wait maybe like a few months till this issue is sorted out. Like I don't know how. Like I don't know what percentage of people are having this issue at this point. Like I said, these are just the people who report about this on the internet, and it's just like who actually recorded and gave their response to this. So once again, this is an issue that definitely needs to be addressed, especially with a $70 price game at that. I was like, no thanks to the Russian roulette thing here, Square Enix. I was like, I would not be paying $70+ for a game that could potentially make my PS5 overheat and have issues. I don't want those type of issues on my system, so no thank you. Liquid Metal Gate 2.0. Extremely Salty is not on Xbox. Is this supposed to be a joke? Why would you want a game that's making your console overheat? Like, what? I think we could put the whole console word down for a second and just say, hey, this game is having issues here. It's making consoles overheat. I don't think nobody's salty at that point. Like, get an ice cold fan. Okay. All while at 720p 30 FPS. That's wild. Even with that performance and that fidelity, is still overheating consoles. The basic linear gameplay at 32 frames per second, because this game is very linear, so it's kind of weird this game is having all these issues. 32 frames per second performance mode is too much for the 9 teraflops to handle. I remember PlayStation zealots were denial of this one. Oh, this was somebody said it was overheating. When it was like, yeah, I remember that article. You gotta clean the PS5. I don't know. It's like people just saying they're just using excuses people got dirty PS5s, but I don't know. All these people, like, you can see their PS5s is well ventilated. I don't see any dust on this at all just from looking at it. And that's other person's. Like, it looks like a pretty clean PS5. So, I think you gotta just say, hey, this game has issues here. Something about a bug with this game that's overheating PS5s, and just call it that. Stop trying to use the scapegoat as people just got not ventilated PS5 when that's not the case. So, I don't know. So, I'm gonna talk. So, that's my thoughts about this. I think this is pretty crazy that nobody is talking about this in the gaming media. Like, really, out of all these reviewers, nobody experienced this, and it isn't making like their like scores don't go down at all. So, I don't know. It's pretty well stuff to me, but just letting you know that if you buy this game, you're pretty much playing Russian roulette at this point, because who knows how rare this situation is. Like, we don't know the exact numbers, but this is kind of, I'd be kind of a little creeped out. I was a little scared about this. If your PS5 is going to overheat from playing this game, it's like PS5 is $500+, and you want to spend $500, that's $70 in a game. Like, your system might be overheating. So I don't know. I'm just gonna wait it out for a little bit, maybe for a few months, see what's the update with this game before I purchase it. But yeah, I'm not really feeling this game making people's PS5s overheat, and then the media just goes silent about it. Doesn't sit too well with me at this point. So I'm gonna conclude it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and peace.